fellow congregation members of the church. All the people who sit there, brother, as an evil, rotten, decrepit, low-down, despicable, vile-mouthed monster. I realize that monsters like this do not have a place in heaven. And I also realize that hell simply will not have them because they don't want a motherfucker like this trying to take over. Pardon my language. Let it monk this shit.
Another beautiful day to be a raider.
Yeah.
Draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield.
Always.
I represent the swords.
Always.
It's that time of night again, Raider Nation. And you come back. Why? Because it's time. Time to bring the
Marshawn Lynch wants to win a Super Bowl in Oakland. John Gruden wants to win a Super Bowl in Oakland. They've obviously got a common cause and a common goal. So I don't understand why that wouldn't be a decent marriage. Now, if you've ever watched a Monday Night Football game in which the Green Bay Packers were playing and John Gruden was calling it, you know John Gruden has had a man crush on Jordy Nelson for quite some time. Are we having technical difficulties? Hold on. I'm getting buzz from the Batcave. Oh, never mind. Thought it was something important. Well, lines, I don't know what to tell you. It must be something, up there in the Ohio area. maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It seems to be fine over here. So, now I've completely lost my train of thought, but that's all right. But no, as I was saying, I think there was just certain guys that Gruden had pegged that if possibility could bring in, he would bring in. And I think Jordy Nelson was one of those guys. And I think the opportunity of being able to bring Jordy Nelson in, and he takes a quick glance across the roster and says, I don't think that guy's one of my guys, and Crab's gone. Plug in Jordy Nelson, and away we go. And I completely think that's how that went. Now, you've seen he's brought in Tom Cable, which I think will help with the power running game. He's brought in power blocking tight ends. You've got Marshawn Lynch back there, obviously a power, violent style running back. You've already got the Swiss Army knives type backs that go with him. You've added Doug Martin, who I still don't know where they... I don't get where the hell Doug Martin fits in. I don't get where Doug Martin fits in. Let's touch on that a second. Well, shall we? Let's touch on that a second. Because listen, most of the moves that I've seen, the defensive back signings, the safety signings, all the defensive signings, I didn't really like necessarily the Crabtree for Jordy. But I just felt like I could see the grand scheme with those moves. With Doug Martin just made me... I was like, Doug Martin? Really? I mean, living deep behind the enemy lines as I do, I've been close to the Doug Martin story. It's been somewhat local to me. So, I'm aware of the fact he's not exactly been their star running back. I'm aware of the fact the season before he ended his season on suspension for substance abuse and had to go into rehab for it. The guy has not exactly been a stellar performer. He's had about 2 good seasons. I want to call him Maurice Jones-Drew 2.0, but I don't even think that's fair to Maurice Jones-Drew, because Maurice Jones-Drew was at least a better running back when he was in his prime with Jacksonville than Doug Martin was. So I don't even think that's fair to Maurice Jones-Drew. But I do see him have the possibility of contributing about as much as Maurice Jones-Drew did to the Raiders team that he was on. Because, do you remember, how much did he play? I mean, you barely even remember that guy seeing the field. He was a blink. Is this guy just insurance that you see him in preseason and you're like, oh wow, look at him, he's got the hunger and fire in him, or you're just like, it was worth a shot, and then he doesn't even make the team, because there's still that distinct possibility. I mean, nothing says he hasn't had a good team ever, but he hasn't been. I don't know, man. To say he hasn't had a good team ever. I mean, he had Donald Penn on his line the whole time he was in Tampa Bay. I mean, he didn't have a terrible line when he was in Tampa. I don't know. He's a guy I just didn't really see how he worked in. I didn't see how he worked in. Oh, absolutely, Carmine. He's complete. This is completely. Oh, he's never had a line like ours, and this is his last chance. I agree with you guys on both accounts. He never has had a line like ours. But I just don't know where he works in. How many touches is he realistically going to get? Because for Marshawn Lynch to be effective, and Marshawn Lynch to go beast mode and start to implement his will upon a defense, you got to give beast mode so many touches a game, and I firmly believe that. I think that's where mistakes were made a lot in the offensive game plan last season, because you would see us in the first half, as far as in the running game aspect, we would start to get the ball rolling, but we couldn't get shit going in the offensive side of the coin to keep drives going. So we'd start to implement the run. Lynch is getting 50, 60 yards in the first half, and he's starting to soften him a little bit. And then in the second half, we completely go away from that shit and never go back to him. So I completely believe that last season was due to crappy coordinator over the top of the offense, which, obviously he's gone now. And you've got Gruden as head coach / offensive coordinator. He'll be calling the shots there. But you've got so many touches that Beast Mode has to get. You got Richard and D-Wash still in the mix. Now you're trying to add Doug Martin in there to see what Doug Martin's going to do. How many touches is Doug Martin realistically going to get a game? And if you're thinking about him being the guy catching the ball out of the backfield, then what the hell are the other two guys for? So, you see what I'm saying? I just don't see where his piece fits in the puzzle in the backfield. I just don't get it. There's not that many touches to go around in a game. Maybe an upgrade? O'Kill, you think maybe he's an upgrade? Over Richard? Now, I've been saying I didn't think Richard was going to make the cut. That Richard was going to make the cut and make it into the season. Richard started to have the gimpy hands at the end of the year last year, man. He was putting the ball on the ground too much. And I felt that we've seen his ceiling and we've seen D-Wash's ceiling. And I just felt that D-Wash's ceiling was just a little higher and he was a little better on the ball control than Richard. Now, I could be off on that. Obviously, it's just my take. But towards the second half of the season, Richard started to put the ball on the ground a little too much, and that becomes a liability. So, do you bring in a Doug Martin, and now he's your Richard? Does Richard bump down? Now, remember, we still got Elijah Hood, who's on the practice squad, who we talked about a lot last season, and who I've still heard people clamoring for. And a lot of mention about him is he was a young and up-and-coming beast mode type back who they thought could be the new up-and-coming Marshawn Lynch. That's what I'm saying, O'Kill. Don't you think... We've seen these guys for a few seasons now. We've seen them. We've seen the best both these guys are going to give us. You're not going to come out and see anything from either one of those guys this season that's going to make you say, damn. Look, dude. No, you've already seen the best of everything these guys can bring you. And with the best everything these guys can bring you, bottom line is, Richard put the ball on the ground more than D-Wash did. That's what I seen. And so maybe Richard steps down, or he gets his, maybe he gets his pink slip and his gold watch and a thank you for your time, and, we're going to release you and hope you don't end up a jet like Clive Walford, you poor, pathetic bastard. Poor Clive Walford. Man, I kind of like Clive. He gets released and he gets picked up off waivers by the fucking Jets. Man. Poor bastard. Poor bastard. That's... We almost need, we've got the kiddie table, but we almost need, I don't know, a remedial table. The Jets should be on there. There's a couple other one-trick ponies that should be on there, too. But the Jets should definitely be on there. They should hardly have been left off the kiddie table. They were the worst team in history to win a Super Bowl. They weren't even that good. Go back and look at Namath's stats. His stats suck. Joe Namath is not that great. If it wasn't for him making that guarantee and winning that one fucking game, you'd never hear of fucking Joe Namath other than his fur coats. Go back and look at his stats. He was historically one of the worst quarterbacks to ever win a Super Bowl. He's Trent Dilfer with a fucking fur coat. Good. Numbers don't lie. He's only famous because he made a guarantee. But the Jets should almost be honorable mention at the kiddie table. They should be I like Big L. They should be the guy they should be the team that carries the trays and serves the kiddie table. You just walk back and forth from the grown folks to the kiddie table, and you're still not allowed to speak. we got to figure that out. We got to figure that out because there ain't no room at the kiddie table to put their ass back down there. No way. Martin is a change of pace. Dilfer or Namath. There you go. Yeah. And how do you like that, New York Jets fan out there, if you're watching? Although I doubt you are, but we'll have a joke at your expense nonetheless. How do you like that, New York Jets fan? That's your most famous player in the history of your team, in all of your lore of Jet lore, is a statistical fraud, and basically nothing more than a half-assed drunk who walks around slapping chicks on the ass on the sideline. That's your boy. Although I think Mr. Namath is sobered up a little bit, so hopefully, But we'll never forget the Susie Colbert interview on the sideline. That was fucking classic. Oh, baby, I just want to kiss you. You're so cute. I was watching that shit live when it happened, man. I about fell out of my fucking chair. Oh. That shit was funny. I remember who I was watching that. I think I was watching it with a couple buddies of mine, because it was Monday Night Football, because we always watch Monday Night Football. Oh. What's up, Mark Anthony? Man, alright. Oh, I gotta pause right now, just because I've seen Mark Anthony's name. We gotta have a special bonus what the fuck for the United States Postal Service. Because everybody got the raffle shit that won all their stuff in their raffles. Mark Anthony won as much as anybody. And he lives in the same state as me. And the goddamn Postal Service has lost his package. I tell you, I am just about beside myself about it. It infuriates me because it's got the freaking Bolitnikov plaque in there and all the other stuff he won. And I mean, I've got record of all the stuff it is. It just sucks. Just sucks that. So what the fuck, United States Postal Service? What the fuck? But hopefully, all works out. For some reason, when you go into there and then you get, rattle some cages, I'm sure everybody scrambled around was looking for shit. It was insured. Yes, it was insured, but that, it was a one-of-a-kind item, man. It was fucking handmade and shit. It has a 1972 Bolitnikov card in it, and another, it's kind of a one-of-a-kind item, It's, it's got a custom back on it, autographed by yours truly, and, it was nice, man. It's a handmade item. It just sucks. Plus, there's a bunch of cards in there, too. Just, hopefully they find it. It just pisses me the hell off. Pisses me the hell off. Bowman. That's where we're going next. Now, I honestly believe there's been some behind the back, or not behind the back, but behind the scenes discussions with Bowman. What's up, Logan? What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me as always. This is a Raider Reaction Tuesday, and every Tuesday on Raider Reaction is a Raider Nation Report with yours truly, where we spend a solid 60 minutes of talking about everything silver and black, whatever I feel like talking about, whatever you feel like talking about. But we keep it all silver and black. Every Tuesday. Now tomorrow, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, because on Wednesday we are switching up the programming on Wednesday. On Wednesdays we're gonna change the programming a little bit, and we're going to make Wednesday our most interactive show. So tomorrow we're going, and every Wednesday hereforth will be Raider Nation Invasion Wednesdays on Raider Reaction. Now, what is that? That means we're going to do special segments all show long that are completely interactive and brings the Raider Nation right into the show. So you'll have to tune in tomorrow to find out what that is. Now, I will let you know what it is on the page tomorrow. I'll post it. So as long as you're following the page, like I know you all are. Oh, I do have thoughts on that, Chuck, so you hang out a second. Now, if you're watching the page tomorrow, I will post it. Well, some of it is. If you're watching the page today, I did post what we're starting the show off with tomorrow, though. On our first Raider Nation Invasion, And I want you to bring your questions. I know you like them. I know you jammed out to them. I know you probably even got their mixtapes. It's this little Raider Hip Hop Underground dynamic. It's a little group, you may have heard of them, called 4Dub. Yeah, well, they're going to call into the show tomorrow. We're going to have Greenleaf and Mystical on the phone. And they're going to take questions from Raider Nation, from myself. And so anything you want to ask them about what they got coming up for the upcoming season, what they got coming out, any questions about crazy shit they've seen. We're going to have a live interactive interview for our first Raider Nation invasion tomorrow. And then when we're done with them, we're going to get right into our first interactive segment. And I think you're going to like it. And you're going to enjoy it. Because all of you are going to decide the outcome. It's going to happen over several weeks, every Wednesday. So you'll be able to come back, sit down with me on Wednesday, and we're just going to sit and all of us are going to talk and work through this. So I'm teasing it a little bit tonight. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night so you can join me. And we'll sit, talk a little Raider hip hop with 4Dub, and then get in to our first interactive Raider Nation invasion. You know what? Should I tell you what it is? Should I tell you what we're going to do? See, because the reason I don't like to drop all these juicy little nuggets and fun ideas that I have for the Raider Reaction page and the followers and the viewers that watch. And I like to bring, I like it to be entertaining, man. And so the only reason I haven't dropped it is because I think somebody will steal my idea. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody steals my fucking ideas, so I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna share it with you. And I will drop all of the information tomorrow. But we're gonna have 4Dub on to start the show. And then we're gonna get into the first region of the Raider Reaction Greatest Raider of All Time tournament. As we will determine the GOAT. Of course, we have the North, East, the West, the South. We've picked our number 1 seeds. We have the greatest Raiders of all time matched up against each other. So every Wednesday, we will take a region and we're going to sit down. Myself. Oh, there is a way to do this. You must decide a winner. In every matchup, there must be a winner or a loser. Of course, once it's the 1 seed, the 16 seed. But some of them 8 seeds and them 9 seeds, when we were looking at it, there's some difficult conversations. How are you going to tell? For instance, you have Ray Guy as an 8 seed going up against Steve Wisniewski as a 9 seed in the first round in the East bracket. We're going to have to decide which one of those stays and which goes. Who wins? So I think we can have some fun with that on Wednesdays. So we're gonna do that on Wednesdays, as well as we're gonna have some interactive interviews on the Wednesday shows and some other stuff to make it a Raider Nation invasion. Every Wednesday on Raider Reaction. Something that's a little more interactive that we can all be involved in. We've got some other stuff too, but that's just one of the things that we're going to start out with. Alrighty. Well, Mark Anthony's casting his vote. He's all in on Ray Guy. Well, I haven't decided where we're going to start tomorrow. If we'll start with the North, East, the West, or the South. I haven't decided. We'll see. I haven't decided. Now, I saw somebody, Bowman obviously has been one of the big talks because everybody's, what the hell are we doing about NaVorro Bowman? What are we doing about NaVorro Bowman? Well, I think he's a focus. I believe the Walford move, the King move, a lot of the key moves, there's been a pattern to what's been going on. Listen, they're not just making these moves willy-nilly one at a time. There is a master plan to what they are doing, and the draft is involved in the master plan. They're not just, daily, what are we going to do today, guys? That's not what's going on. So they have a grand master plan. So you have to see that they're working that. I believe they're freeing up money to make the Bowman signing. They fifth-yeared Mac already, so we're going to deal with him a little later. We're going to get through the draft. I think a lot of the rest of our key positions are going to be filled through the draft. We've made a lot of key moves. The cornerbacks that we have added, I mean, Garner, Emerson, Smith, and TJ Carey are top 3 corners from last season. But we've added Sharice Wright, Rashawn Melvin, and Leon Hall. We've added Marcus Gilchrist at safety. We've made moves in our defensive secondary, which was our Achilles last season. I mean, we're not going to lie. They were fucking anemic. They were bleeding all over the field. There was burnt toast everywhere. Dropping crumbs. Now, back to Chuck's question about where I think we'll go in the draft. I still think Garyon Conley is a top 10 talent in this league. I think a healthy Garyon Conley starts at one or the other starting corner positions. And we're going to try and draft his bookend in this year's draft with the number 1 pick. I think it comes down to 1 of 2 guys. I think we either take Joshua Jackson, University of Iowa, or Ward, Ohio State. His teammate, Conley Ward, from Ohio State. The Ohio State University. Like every obnoxious Ohio State fan says. Ohio State fans, they've got to be up there in the top 10 of obnoxious sports fans. By far. Have you ever met an Ohio State University fan? They are obnoxious. I know you probably know a few lines. They're probably all obnoxious. Everyone I've met is. But, whatever. So do you think... Do I like Hughes from the UFC? Who, Matt Hughes? Or UCF? The UFC who, Matt Hughes? I think he's a little old. And he's a little short. I don't think he can play corner. He was a hell of a champion once upon a time, but... No, I'm sorry. I want to see us take Joshua Jackson with the 10th pick. I want to see us try to make that. Listen, man, I don't know. There's just something about the kid. He seems to get it all done and have the flash without having all the extra bullshit that comes with it. Oh, yes, he is obnoxious as hell. You're damn right he is. Is he an Ohio State University fan? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. But I think we're going to go first. I honestly think with the first 3 picks, I don't know, man. Everybody's calling for Vita, but I don't know if he's going to be there at 10. I don't know if he's going to be there at 10, and I don't know if we go defensive line with the first pick. I honestly think we're going to go corner, and we may go that with the second or the third pick. The second pick is either going to be linebacker, defensive tackle, whichever we don't go in the second, that's where we're going in the third. I think the first 3 picks are going to be defense again, which is why you've seen us making moves in free agency on the offense. Because I don't think we're going to go offense early in the draft. I think we're going to go defense. Could be wrong. Shit happens more often than not. But I think we're going to go deep defensive back. I think you try. Listen, when you're in the top 10, this is when you have that opportunity to grab that kind of player who is a guy that's your shutdown corner for 5 to 6 years. You have that opportunity to make that pick right now. So we'll see. We'll see. I honestly think that's where they're going to go. And then, like I said, linebacker or defensive line in the second. Whatever they don't take in the second, then they'll go in the third. And then I think we'll pick up some, you can pick up, this is a running back deep draft. We can pick up a deep running back. We can pick up a late round offensive lineman to add some depth there. And you can pick up, a wide receiver to add some depth. You can pick up a here or there. UCF, yes, I know who Mike Hughes is, but I thought you said Matt Hughes from UFC. I thought we were going in 2 different directions. I knew, I finally picked up what you were laying down, but it took me a little minute. Come on, it's late in the day, lunch. Yeah, I seen your picture your wife posted earlier. That was a very nice shirt, by the way. Very nice. He's always representing. Let's jump back over to the other side of the ball, shall we? Because I want to talk about the backup quarterback situation and how you feel about what we have behind Derek Carr. Because obviously, with what happened in 2016, we know it's an important thing. But you got to have somebody back there in case of emergency, in case shit falls, in case the bottom falls out, in case stuff happens. Kevin's all in on the DBs. Hey, it's possible. It's possible. Stranger things have happened. I'm telling you, man, the plan has been laid out. There's a master plan somewhere that involves the draft, the guys they want in the draft. This is where we're putting these guys. We're going to get these guys in free agency. These guys we're going to release. This whole master plan has already been decided. Everybody thinks we're like, oh, why didn't we go after him? Why didn't we go after him? Jesus Christ, you can't sign everybody. We're not the fucking Yankees. This isn't Major League Baseball. We don't have an unlimited fucking, bank account. We're not selling off our great-great-great-grandkids' freaking trust funds to buy another designated hitter. This is fucking, we don't, these guys you gotta have a plan. You gotta slide pawns around on a sliding scale. We gotta move this guy over here to free up money so we can get these 2 guys. We gotta get this guy to work a little cheaper so we can pick up this guy. We're gonna get rid of this freaking loudmouth punter and go sign this other guy so that we can sign this guy. That's how it works. It's a little give and take. We're gonna steal from Peter to pay Paul. And that's how you gotta work it. And the draft has to be figured in that. So if there's already guys that they're keen and positions that they've decided that, listen, we're going to pick up these other utility type corners, this depth, these veterans, some of these veteran guys, because we already know we're going after our alpha dog starter in the first round. So we already knew that. So that's why you didn't see us jump and go after one of these expensive ass. And you know what? The first week of free agency was a bunch of fucking overspending, crazy, happy ass, like you sent your wife to the shopping with the fucking credit card and said, baby, go get whatever you want. And we're like, I need a corner, and I want that one, and that. I need a quarterback, and I'm going to take that one, and that one. I don't care how much it costs. He said, it's all right. But, so I didn't want any part of that action that was going on the first week of free agency, because that was a fucking spending free-for-all where everybody was getting paid way the hell more than they were worth. There wasn't anybody that great out there. So if they've already got a couple guys pegged that they think are going to be the guys, then, hey man, then that's who they going to think are going to be the guys. So we'll see. You got to work with it. So far, they've addressed the positional deficiencies. Whether these guys work out, who the hell knows? We're going to know soon. Well, everybody gets excited about names. Everybody wants to see a big name. Everybody wants to go into work and say, did you see who we signed? Yeah. Yeah. Everybody wants to do that. But listen, for the most part, there's a reason why most of those guys are on the market. They got baggage with them. There's a reason they're out there without a home. There's a reason. They're too expensive. They're a me player. They're injury prone. There's usually a reason. There's usually a reason. And, oh my God. The groups they're insanity. Every time a corner gets signed, I can't believe Reggie didn't go after that corner. Well, Jesus H. Christ, you can't go after a fucking one. How many goddamn corners you want us to sign? Seriously. You can't sign that goddamn many. There's only so many you can sign. We only got so much money. Everybody wants Bowman back, but we want to sign the best corners that are out there too. Sue was ridiculous amount, Kenneth. Oh my God, Sue would have sunk us. He would have been a gigantic boat anchor of a contract that would have just murdered us for a lot of other moves that we wanted to make. Sue would have really, really drug us down. And you know what? And I still questioned. I mean, they had problems in Miami with Sue going rogue on the plays, like not even listening to what the game plan was, is basically going out there and just fucking doing whatever the hell he wanted. And, you know, is that what we want on our team? Is that what you want to bring in when you're building a core for something great? Is that what you want to bring in? Is somebody like that? He don't want Bowman back. Josh says, fuck Bowman. I don't want him back. What's wrong? Did you kick your dog, Josh? Why don't you want Bowman back? I'm curious, because most people want Bowman back. So why do you not want Bowman back, Josh? Because I am curious. Because it seems to be the strong majority that everybody wants him back. Do you think we can do better in the draft? Do you think he's a waste of money? Or did he just kick your dog one day when he was walking by? I don't know. You don't like the way he looks. I don't like his number. Josh is thinking draft. Hey, that's fair. And that may be, that's what I'm saying, man. That may be part of the master plan, is they haven't filled that key position yet because they've got their eye on something. Maybe they go linebacker first overall. At number 10. Maybe. Maybe they go corner second. It's hard to tell. Now, another little nugget I'm going to drop that is going to happen this month. I teased it last month. So if you were watching, I teased it a little. But JP, the Raider Reaction college football guru, is coming to join me in studio for a very special Saturday night Raider Reaction live mock draft. And we will go through the entire first round as we see it shaken down, as well as all of the Raider picks. We're going to pick all of the Raider picks and the entire first round. Live Raider Reaction mock draft. We've already picked the date, but I'm not going to tell you yet. But it's coming down this month. It's going to be on a Saturday night. An extra special Raider Reaction special. We'll have some special guests. JP's going to be in studio with me. We've been working on this mock draft for a while, so I think you're going to enjoy it. And JP, man, as much as I know about the Raiders, JP knows that and a ton more about college football. The dude lives and fucking breathes it. I wouldn't have him on here and even call him our college guru if he wasn't up to the cred. So, I think you'll enjoy it. We'll kick back. We'll have some fun with it. I can't be any worse than Mel Kiper's obnoxious ass, and I'm a lot better to look at, so. Although he's got me beat on the hair, man. He's got me beat on the hair. But I wouldn't want that fucking hair anywhere. He is a Nebraska fan, I know. That's his biggest downfall, Lions. I agree. He's a Husker. He's a Husker. But he does know his shit. So, and we're just picking where guys are going to go. He does have a good knowledge on players, and we've been working on the mock draft for a while, so I think you guys will enjoy it. But that's be coming your way as well. Hey, man. Bald men are... New study shows bald men are more intelligent, strong, and sexy. New study has proven. So, I saw it on Facebook. That shit's gotta be true. Facebook's news story would not lie to me. It's not fake news, Lines. That's the real deal. That's the real deal. So, we will have some draft fun coming up. Ariel is out of town this week. He's traveling, I believe, to San Diego, so we're not going to have, unfortunately, any live studio or any live stadium coverage on location this week. He'll be back next week, and he'll be out at the Vegas site, and we'll have some live coverage. But I do believe we will have Silver Sunshine and our Raiderette show on Friday, as well as Raider Nation Invasion tomorrow, the 4-dub interview. Bring your questions. I'm going to be taking questions right from you guys, throwing it to the guys, and we're going to talk about their plans, past, whatever you guys want to talk about. Got the 4-dub interview tomorrow. Then we're going to get into the GOAT tournament. Thursday, back in studio with me is the captain. And we got Captain Jack Rackham joining me again. And then, of course, Friday is Black Friday, as we'll have another game. Another great game for you. I hope you enjoyed that last one, man. 2012 Steelers Raiders. We had that up. If you missed it, go click on the video tab. Scroll back a few videos. The last Black Friday was the 2012 entire game of the Steelers at Raiders. Was a good game. Obviously, the Raiders won because Raiders always win on Black Friday. Always. Now, I started to touch on it, then I got turned on some other direction. So let me steer back to it. Backup quarterback for Derek Carr. Obviously, it's an important position, especially with one went down in 2016. We know how important that a position that is. You have Connor Cook, still unproven. What is he? Where does he work in the lineage at quarterback? You still have him. You've got E.J. Manuel, who actually stepped in and I thought was very capable. I like the change of pace of E.J. Manuel coming in because E.J. Manuel can do things with his legs. So when you've got a guy that's coming in like that off the bench, he's not just a pocket passer that has to stand back there and get in the rhythm. You can now run him, you can roll him out, you can do different things with him to get him into the game. And it's a complete change of pace when he comes in for the guy that went down, which fucks with the defense anyway. So I kind of liked E.J. Manuel being in there. But then they went and go and get Josh Johnson. Now, Josh Johnson was drafted by Gruden eons ago. Gruden has some, obviously, history with him. Oh, Jesus Christ, lines. Why do we throw out the most useless fucking stats there is? What the hell does that mean? Are you telling me so UAP's gonna put that on his resume? Playoff experience. Come on. Connor Cook has about as much playoff experience as I do. That dude's eyes were like this the whole time, like, fuck! That was his permanent expression. Fuck! The whole game. He just didn't know what the hell was going on. And fucking Musgrave comes in with the worst fucking possible game plan to help the poor kid out. Oh my God, it's just like, listen, we knew you were leading the poor kid as a lamb to fucking slaughter anyway. At least let him throw the fucking ball. You come out and you go, screen, 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 hand off, screen, hand off, screen. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, let the kid throw the ball. We knew he was going to get fucking murdered anyway. We knew they were going to draw chalk lines around his ass in the backfield before the game was over anyway. So why didn't they let him throw the ball? Because when he started throwing the ball later in the game, he was actually doing okay. Like, Jesus Christ, that's what pissed me off more about that playoff game than anything, was they just didn't even give the kid a chance. Listen, you knew you were going in there on a wing and a fucking prayer. So, fuck it. Hang it out there. Fucking throw a Hail Mary on the third play. Fuck it. All in, baby. Now you don't come out and throw fucking, 20 screens and a bunch of handoffs up the middle. God damn, how's that going to help a rookie out? It's just, See, now, way to go, Lions. You got me all worked up. But who do you really think is the backup quarterback? Is Josh Johnson just one of those guys you bring it in and you're like, we'll just see if maybe he's the third? Hold on. You got Darnold, Rosen, Mayfield. You got the top 4 going all quarterbacks, Chuck. Really? You think quarterbacks are going to go the first 4 picks across the board? Interesting. Well, we're going to have our mock draft. I can tell you what, I don't think I got 4 quarterbacks up top the board, but we'll see. I keep going back and forth on who I think is going to get taken first, because you never know what the hell the Browns are going to do. The Browns got 2 picks in the top, 4 picks, and you never know what the hell they're going to do. Because, hell, they don't know what they're going to do from day to day. They're the most confused, fucked up franchise out there. So, you don't know what they're going to do. Oh, Barkley, I'm sorry, I didn't see Barkley up there. That's what I get when I'm trying to glance by. So, I'm sorry, where'd you have Barkley? Where was Barkley at? Hold on, let me scroll back up. Oh, you had Barkley 4th. Okay, so you had the first 3 running backs. Barkley 4th. So at 10, you have available both Joshua Johnson and Ward from Ohio State. So we could have our pick at either one of those. See, I honestly think it's a possibility. I honestly think it's a possibility that one or both of those guys are available. And man, with what we have had over the past several seasons at corner, how you cannot take another chance at trying to grab one of these elite talents at corner, I don't know. Jose, it's too late to jump in and throw that nugget in there. You can get me rolling on 10 minutes, and I'm going to be out of time for that. But I do want to touch on one last thing, as I like to wrap up every one of my solo shows with a nice little segment we like to call the WTF. Now, I'm going to regress today back to the Facebook page. It's a Tuesday. And as I'm rolling through my day, I find these little fluff pieces and little pictures and shit, and I like to throw them out there like a little nugget. Like throwing dang a little fish and throwing it out into a pond of piranhas. And just seeing. So I like to drop these nuggets, and of course I like to, put my smart ass take on it and throw it out there. And watch and see what happens. So I was scrolling through and I see this picture. And I'm just like, I see this Raider hat. This red, bright ass fucking Kansas City Chiefs red, fire engine red Raider hat. With a shield on it. And I'm just like, that is the ugliest fucking Raider hat I've ever seen. The only way it could be any goddamn uglier was if it was fucking orange. And so I posted up there with a what the fuck and blah blah blah. And oh my god, the comments started rolling about this hat. I swear, if you want to get a good laugh, go back and read the comments on the red hat post. It was fucking hilarious. I mean, people were downright serious about this red hat. Fucking, I was called out as a fake fan. I was called out all kinds of shit because I was not on board with the Red Raider hat. Yeah, you want to rock the Red Raider hat? You go right ahead. It's a free goddamn country. But I'm going to point at you and laugh and say, what the fuck? That's a Chiefs hat with a Raider shield stuck on it. What the fuck is up with that? There's no red on the uniform at all. We don't even bleed red. We bleed silver and black. It's $5. You got that shit at the gas station. That's one of them gas station knockoffs. They're like, hey, I got a Raider shield in the bin over here. I got a red hat left. Fuck it, sew it on. This is going to the gas station anyway. We'll sell it for $5. Some guy in Ohio will probably buy it. They're cold. They don't give a fuck. They'll put anything on their head. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night. Our first edition of the Raider Nation Invasion. We're going to have 4Dub on the phone. Greenleaf. Mystical. We're going to take questions from you guys. Also, we're going to get into the GOAT tournament, and I'm going to post the brackets on the page tomorrow, so make sure you check it out. 4Dub, we're going to have them on tomorrow. Bring your questions. Let's have a good showing tomorrow night. Thanks for joining me as always. I appreciate any second you spend with me on Raider Reaction. New, old. Thank you as always for joining me. My band of pirates. I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation!